properly execute smoke gangs and these 5-man moves.
And it'll just come down to experience at the end of the day. The more experience they rack up, the more of these tier 1 teams that they play against, the better they're going to become.
Yeah, this is a really great experience for them in this tournament. Of course, getting to play against some of the big boys and especially LGD, current champions of the world, really. I mean, they won the last major. So huge opportunity for Aries to try their best, learn a lot, and possibly even pull off an upset, although it does seem pretty unlikely. But hey, who knows? Maybe LGD will pick something wild as we get into the draft for the first series of the day. And Aster.Aries is going to go ahead and ban out the Axe and the DK. Meanwhile, LGD, they get rid of the Nyx Assassin and the Shadow Demon.
This is pretty standard so far. The only unusual thing compared to what we've been seeing the past couple of days is the first ban on Axe, but you are playing against PSG.LGD. They are the Axe position 1 team.
What about the Shadow Demon? Is it like worthy now? Has it been promoted to a first phase ban because of
there
the
it is.
Because they want Pudge.
Oh,
there it is. Yeah.
There it is.
Wait, but the Timber
Tim last time.
Where's the Timber? It's still in the pool.
Well, by removing Shadow Demon, they did remove like the big kill threat that was happening yesterday. Like Ame's Pudge kept getting killed by the Shadow Demon plus the Timber together. Maybe they're like, okay, we'll take out one guy and we'll just handle the Timber saw.
Okay, now Aries, this is the question. Are they going to pick the Timber here?
Surely. Yeah, there we go. There we go.
No. They're being so stubborn about this Timber saw. They really are, but let's see if LGD can pull this one in.
See, that's the thing. We get why they're all letting the Timber through, right? Because Pudgy actually has a really good time laning into the Timber because of his magic and pure damage. It's just that from what we've seen, the mid and the late game is so hard for the Pudge, though.
Yeah,
that's basically what happens, right? He's been winning the lane, getting a few kills on Timber with his hook, and then Timber just plays his game, comes in the mid game, and just shreds him over and over every team fight. Maybe they've got a different game plan going into this one, or maybe Ame was like, "No, guys, the problem was the Shadow Demon. Trust me, I can handle the Timber saw." I mean, it's probably coming from this player.
Leave Timber to me.
You know what else is really cool is they are trying different pairings with the Pudge as well. They're not just sticking to like one position fight. Like we saw Gyrocopter, then we saw Lich yesterday, and now we're going to see Grimstroke, Inkswell, Pudge. That's scary, especially with the Shard. He's going to be able to get some HP back. He's going to stun someone before he can dismember. There's so much potential
Dispel,
there.
Of course. The hard Dispel is probably the most valuable thing on the Grim Shard. But this lane is actually horrifying. I've never seen it played on the safe lane, and I don't even know if it's going to be a Grim 5, but if you've ever experienced a Grim Pudge offlane, it's a scary lane. There's so much kill potential. Yeah, there's so much kill potential there.
What do you get to play against? You get to play against Pudge offlane with Grim, then you get to play against Lina offlane. Some crazy metas going on where you're at.
So they banned Clock and Undying. The Undying ban is a bit strange to me, but I assume they just don't want Undying to follow Pudge on lane and make it more difficult for him. It's an interesting idea, but do you think the Undying would be that much of a concern?
It would
They're
actually
just trying.
So the thing about Undying is that it actually blocks your hook. The little zombies. Yeah. I don't know why, because you can't actually hook them anyway, but it's like it just blocks the hook. I feel like it shouldn't be able to do that, and Pudge would be a much better hero. Can you imagine the only things that block hooks are like neutral creeps, regular creeps, and heroes? Like those are the only things you can hook, and everything else you can like go past it.
And runes. Don't forget runes.
Okay, so the Phoenix coming out is something I like a lot, actually, because Phoenix is a very good hero against Timbersaw with his Sunray percentage-based damage, obviously. He's also a natural Vessel buyer, which is something that you want to be looking for in your draft when you're playing against Timbersaw. He also does quite well against Cold Embrace.
And you also have the healing factor for the Pudge too, because he's got such high HP. So in the team fights, you just like have this extra layer of team fight, and you just heal him up as he's in the front line taking damage.
Especially paired up with Holy Locket, it's an absurd amount of healing, and the Shard. Phoenix can be played in like so many different ways now. You either see the Holy Locket build, or you see the Spirit Vessel damage build. Both are really nice, and it gives them options in the game. The Lina comes out as an instant response to the Phoenix, so Obviously, there's not much to say about this pick. Like, Fiery Soul will kill the egg. That's pretty much why you look for picking this hero. Outside of that, Lena does an absurd amount of damage. She's flexible, and she does like to kill squishy supports like Grimstroke.
Doesn't like being hooked, though.
She does not. But one thing to note about their picks right now on Aries, what I really like is the double lane shovers with the Lina and the Timbersaw. The thing about Pudge is he needs to get lanes out and then he needs to make plays on the map. And so does every other hero on LGD. So if Lina and Timber are constantly pushing the lanes out into LGD, then their options to make plays on the map are very limited. So these heroes that Aries have picked is setting up for like a really good carry potential. Like any carry that they're going to get in this game is probably going to have a good time farming.
Yeah, they can be in the jungle at any point with Alina and a Timbersaw pushing out waves. They'd never have to worry about that. So PSG.LGD have tried a different pairing with the Pudge this time. They picked Doom. So far we've seen a Pudge and a Puck, and we've seen a Pudge and a Sniper. Now we're seeing a Pudge and a
let's not forget the Wyvern, right? There was a Wyvern offlane carry with double Falcon Blades.
That's true. So my thing about Doom is like when I think about Doom, when I think about a target getting doomed outside of the obvious like team fight that it adds, I consider Doom a single target hero. He just focuses on single target, and Pudge also is a single target hero. So I'd like to see some more AoE damage coming out with like the final pick on LGD's side. Because normally you see Doom paired up with something like a Luna, you know? They kind of just cover their bases when it comes to damage in team fights.
What are we expecting from Aster.Aries here, though? What do they need to round off their draft a bit better?
They want to pick a carry that can definitely lane up against the Doom easily, free farm, maybe even shut him down potentially. Because they don't have the best lane in the Doom Phoenix or even the Doom Grimstroke. We don't really know if the Phoenix or the Grim is 4 or 5.
I assume the Grim will go with the Pudge. That just sounds better. And there's the threat of double Doom coming out with Soulbind, obviously. So that is something that they definitely have to worry about. I agree with Steven said they do need a carry that isn't afraid of this.
So they can't really fall for the Terrorblade trap here on Aries. We might see a Tinker come off from LGD. So you either want to ban that if you want to pick the TB. I'm just going down the list of like the available carries. Actually, they're all available. The only carry that got banned was Ursa. And Lifestealer now.
It's good versus Doom, so makes sense.
Okay, so Aster.Aries picked Earth Spirit. That's my favorite hero in Dota. I noticed that they picked it the first game they played. They have an Earth Spirit player in Yuna who actually had the best performance in that game. If you guys can remember. The thing about Earth Spirit, though, is like the Earth Spirit Timber lane it's not the strongest, but what Earth Spirit does like about Timbersaw is you can leave that hero alone. Timbersaw does not need a laning partner, and you're free to just move around the map. So in that regard, Timbersaw complements Earth Spirit very greatly. And Earth Spirit's going to have like a lot of flexibility to go gank mid for the Lina or go kill the safe lane. I'm thinking about what carry is going to come out right now for Aries.
I think Luna is obviously the favored one, but against Phoenix is a little bit difficult. You have to kind of click your Doom. BKB and hit it. Yeah, Doom too.
You don't want to get doomed as a Luna, that's for sure.
To be fair, you can stand your ground and fight. You still have your items working and you're going to be all right, but I'm just a bit worried. Okay.
Here it comes again. They did this
so what they do with this Bloodseeker pick is they want to play fast. They want to fight. They don't want to sit back and farm with the hero and let LGD constantly run into them. They want to be able to match the speed of LGD that they have with this Pudge and whatever they're going to last pick here.
Also, there's a cute little combo with the Earth Spirit roll into kickback on the Rupture. It actually does a decent amount of damage. It's there.
There's also the combo with the Wyvern as well. You drop the ultimate on the Wyvern, then you can combo up a Bloodright to follow up afterwards as well. Pretty strong.
I do think we will see Ame going for a blink this game because do you guys remember the Wyvern from yesterday who played against a Doom and just didn't die in any fight, cold embraced every Doom target? And it was miserable to play against. So far, the jump that they have versus Wyvern is going to be the Pudge blink. And I don't think Doom wants to go on this Wyvern ever. He has to focus on the Lina.
Is this a sniper game? Is it time?
I I mean,
let's go.
Aster,
I think
Bloodseeker.
I think if you pick Sniper
and
versus
Timber.
Earth Spirit, you deserve to lose.
Sad.
Yeah.
And they're gonna go with the Brewmaster.
Okay.
Interesting.
So mid Doom. Offlane Brew.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Faith Beyond on the Brew. Looks like
And
that
that
is going to
was
be the
the-
case.
That was the assumption. They still kind of are very single target right now on the side of PSG.LGD, but the Brew
They have-
adds like a lot of utility to their team fights. Also, the Cyclone is going to be very nice versus Lilina. It can protect the Phoenix egg.
I would say
The
they have better
Stormblade.
team fight on LGD though than
They definitely do.
Aries.
They do.
But Aries'
They do.
speed is like really good. Plus, like the Doom is gonna have a tough time against the Lina in the mid lane. So if they can come out ahead on these lanes and constantly run at LGD, I can totally see Aries taking over this game and like snowballing pretty hard.
Yeah, and the pickoff potential between the Lina, the Earth Spirit, and the Bloodseeker is going to be insanely high. So
Plus the
PSG
scaling.
LGD definitely have to move around as well. They can't. The issue with having a Doom is he isn't that active of a hero because he does build Midas and he does need a little bit of time to get his Blink BKB. But the drafts look interesting for both teams. I'm excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, they really do. Then the scaling of this Aries team as well is pretty terrifying. You know, we've seen Lina just turn into basically a carry in the late game. Bloodseeker, he does have some really potent timing. So I'm a little bit worried for LGD as they don't seem to have the ability to really take towers, which has come and really hurt them in the past as well. So for this one,
I mean,
I think I'm going with Aries.
you do have Brewmaster for tower taking with like the new Agsville too. So
Yeah, I guess actually. I guess.
That's
okay,
fine.
well, guys, very quickly, predictions for this one before we get into the game.
Well, I need to see this chonky boy win at least one game. So I'm gonna just go with
Yes.
LGD here.
Alrighty.
Me too. I'll go LGD. The Pudge will win one game, I promise you.
Blind fanboys on the panel, but we cannot blame them. I'm going to go with Aries for this one, and we're going to throw it over to our commentary duo for this series. It is BKOP and Mo Farah.
Thank you very much. I feel like it's kind of changed, Mo. I don't think I'm the most biased person towards LGD anymore.
That really is something.
Which is so wild that I would ever say that.
Are LGD getting away with this again?
Yeah, for the third
It's literally-
time in a row. Yeah, they're getting... It's every time.
All right, guys. Aster.Aries. Do you know what's funnier as well is they're standing in the exact same location that the others were before as well. Just under those trees under their own tower where they're like, yes. And they get the deal. All right, game's over.
Okay.
Right, call it.
Should they type it?
Oh, okay, no.
The only way,
as well.
yeah, the only way that this becomes the exact same thing as every single time is if now they kill another one where Ame hits a second hook, because it's always the first two hooks, and then he needs the mango. Remember, he's been learning. But this time he didn't. He doesn't have the mango.
Oh, God. Oh, okay, it's going to be 2 for 2. Yeah, he doesn't have the mango, but it's fine.
This is the false hope that you get from these Pudge 1 games.
False hope.
No, it is. It's that first blood, which, you know, now it's not the 2 kills. Normally it's 2 kills.
That's true.
I'm a little disappointed, honestly.
To be honest, I'm surprised that LGD tried to put their observer just outside their small camp, because, you know, we've seen them already as well when they played the Doom. There was somebody that played the Doom. The small camp got blocked like straight away, right? So you have to expect that sentry is going to come to block the small camp. Yeah, pretty surprising.
So how can they deal with Timbersaw this time? Are they not going to get a kill? Are you got to say it 3 games in a row, right? They're not going to get a kill in this bottom lane.
No, of course they are.
No,
When they hit their level 2, they have so much kill potential with the Inkerswell and the hook.
But you're not keeping up with the shtick. It's the last 2 games you've said there's no way they get a kill in this bottom lane.
Sorry. Let me just start again. Ask me.
All right. Hold on. All right, I'll set the scene. They just got first blood. Yeah. They're down in this bottom lane, and now it's Pudge +1 again. Is it possible, you know, they have any kill potential in this lane?
Because it's really hard to kill a Timber. I mean, he doesn't have Timber Chain quite yet, but at level 2, he can always just get away.
Inkswell, I like the move from Yuna, but I don't know if that's even going to be enough. roll in. They've got the rod. Ame gets that kill, and just like
There's
every
no
single
way.
time you say it automatically turns into that kill. We're really good at reading these Pudge games.
Incredible gameplay.
We're nailing it right now.
He's trying to, blocking the big camp on the Wyvern. Ooh, small camp stays unblocked though. Look at this Lina, 2 days in a row, crushing mid. I cannot wait to see this hero more and more as the days pass in this tournament. It is ridiculous.
There was a Dota pit where Lina was like one of the most popular heroes. I forget which, but I just remember it doing disgusting amounts of work throughout that event.
And the thing is as well, when they've picked this Doom and there's like no good mid heroes left either to lane against the Lina, they're kind of like, yeah, we'll just put the Doom mid, it'll be fine. Pick a different off laner.
Nothing to say to some faith. Rot, Hook, and this time no Inkswell.
I do want to say, by the way, I think this game's going to be an absolute mess. I think there's no like really hard scaling cores in the game that want to just farm, right? As I think Thief was saying it for the Aster.Aries lineup earlier, OGD are exactly the same. This is going to be such a scrap at like the 10 to 15 minute mark, I believe. So lots to look forward to.
As it's been though with these Pudge lineups, right? It's been a scrap for LGD. They find success in their first 20, 22 minutes, and then it just stops. Inkswell on the Timber, that should mean they hit the hook, but they don't.
Yeah, unfortunately the level 1 stun doesn't last a huge amount of time, so you have to be on it with the hook straight away. He's level 4 on the Pudge. How does he always have this much CS? This is what I don't understand. It's not even the hooks and stuff. Like, he always just does like so well in his lane.
Yeah. It's always nice to see. It's the faith in Ame. Inkswell. Not gonna land, but Yuna and Phoenix trying to get the kill here on Innocent. Something to say coming over to try and protect their Grimstroke. Phoenix no mana and now no health. They get the kill on Phoenix before Innocence dies. That's actually so not so experienced there for Yuna.
He has the mana burn creep on Doom, so he just takes the leader's mana before she can LSA again. That was nice. It's actually pretty good. Especially when you have Bottle on Doom, right? Because it allows you to just spam out your neutral spell, because you're going to be using the bottle to heal all the time anyway. Oh, God.
Inkswell again.
But now they can threaten the kill, because he's actually low.
It's in at about half health.
Oh, top lane.
And going for Uwu. Not to be mistaken with Uwu.
Yeah, I wouldn't dare make that mistake. Oh, what lane again? See, this is the kill threat.
The roll comes in. Still with the hook. They get the kill first. Ame getting low, and he'll fall to Siamese Cat.
I mean, there's 3 heroes of this bot lane, and they still kill the core, so I don't think they should be too worried. Game's going pretty well for them.
And he's changed from, I want to say he's changed it from his previous build. Didn't he go with third point in Hook before he went, and then he went Dismember before he got the Flesh Heap? He was holding out on hitting Flesh Heap for a while from the last 2 games.
Not sure. I can't remember what he did before. I do think the Flesh Heap value point is okay when you play core. Like, when you play support, you kind of need the nukes, right?
Right.
But the like value magic resist you get from the 1 point in Flesh Heap feels really good. Because it just allows you to farm more with Rot as well.
Yeah, so he would take his first Flesh Heap at 8 in the first game he played it. And then the second game he played it, yeah, he waited till 8 in both games to get Flesh Heap. So a change off the norm, at least in terms of just grabbing that Flesh Heap. Good move from Jinkyu to get away from that.
That was close.
Oh, yeah. Ame now level 6. He's got that dismember. We've seen how much he does once he does get that dismember in these games. I want to know if his build's going to change too.
Why do I have this sneaky suspicion that throughout the whole tournament and LGD in all their games are going to pick Pudge?
All their game
first
ones.
Game.
Yeah,
all their game ones. Just for the rest of the tournament.
Ooh, Icarus dive with the Ink Swell. They're going to catch this Bloodseeker. Sunray on him. They've got the Cold Embrace, but that's not going to be enough to save Uwu. And they'll get the kill onto the Bloodseeker in the top lane while they go for buy. Ame getting run down by Phoenix with the double damage. And they've got 3 heroes here to get a kill on the Pudge, so a trade in once.
Yeah, I like the rotation from Aster.Aries much more though as well, because they have this DD Lina that can just start hitting the tower now as well. This should be a tier 1 falling.
Yeah, how willing are LGD to try and defend this? Because usually Ame's kept this tower for quite some time. They're going to TP at least one over bottom, and that's going to be Faith Beyond. He's got the Soul Ring ready if he wants to go into the Primal Split. And Soul Ring, Primal Split immediately. They're looking over at the Timbersaw. It's the stun into the hook, into the dismember. Roll comes out. Yuna trying to help as best he can to save this Timber, but it's not going to be enough. Faith Beyond gets credit for the kill. And now the Icarus dive over and across the Earth Spirit. They still have damage coming in from Phoenix, but without the DD, it doesn't feel nearly as strong. Ink Swell, Phantom's Embrace. They've got the stun onto the Lina. Hook well off the mark.
You can't help it.
And Uwu's come over to get a kill on the Innocence.
That's like my Pudge, that hook. That's like, I'm like, man, I almost played Possible Pudge. I'm going to give that a go. And then every one of my hooks are like that. That was unfortunate.
Yeah,
this Doom is so farmed. He has max Devour Midas.
Oh my gosh.
This is ridiculous.
There's the efficiency, nothing to say. I was waiting for him to use that Midas.
I mean, look at the net worth of the leader compared to the Doom. Leader's been trying to move around a little bit and make things happen because the side lanes haven't gone too well, but this Doom's just sat mid the whole time, just farming away.
And he's picking up bots. Got it coming out. Surprisingly enough, after all that fight, they still give up the tier 1 tower bottom. But I think they must be okay with that because they were down towards bottom. They had 3 heroes there and they shift off the lane. And this is going to be, this time, Ame going for an earlier Ags. He's going Hood Ags. So he's still kind of testing the experimental waters. He's changing the build, like making slight tweaks here and there. It's interesting to see.
Is that not what his build was in the second game? I think in the first game he went Shroud, but
I want to say the second game he went Shroud. In the first game he did Hood Ags. Don't worry, I can open up the tabs once again.
I mean, it's a really good Ags game though, with the reduced healing, obviously, against like the Timber, the Wyvern, even the Bloodseeker's okay. And it's so much damage.
You had it right. Second game he did Hood Ags. First game he did Blink Shroud Ags.
I just didn't want to call you out for beak up, that was all. You know.
Nah,
I'll let you discover it for
you
yourself.
could. I want you to call me out as much as you think is fair.
Oh, that's no, you don't. You don't want that at all.
No, I do. I'll only learn if you're really rude about it.
Here we go. They're like, well, everyone's been running at Ame Pudge over and over again, so let's run towards him with our smoke. Because they're probably all going to be there.
Icarus dive, Ink Swell, not going to land on Siamese Cat. An egg for your troubles.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And now they'll TP the nothing to say back over mid. Okay. So Doom, a lot of farm. Boots of travel going into the BKB. Already 1,100 gold into that BKB. If he goes BKB before the blink, we'll have to see. That's what he's got queued up though.
Yeah, I think you go BKB first. I'd be surprised if he didn't. I think, did I see Pudge had a BKB queued up though as well, second item, yeah? So, I mean, if they have double BKB on both their cores on LGD right there, it hit this really strong timing.
And that's the little tweak there too. So he originally had Ags queued up. He's going to the BKB, and there were points where what was it, game 1 where he got that BKB, the first game he played Pudge, and he felt a little bit stronger for a couple minutes longer, but eventually, obviously, they haven't won a Pudge game yet.
Should have tried Midas Pudge.
Ooh.
The real alpha build.
Midas AA is the way to go. That's the alpha build. Roll through mid a little bit short on nothing to say.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Bit of a speed demon on the Doom. Speed not only in movement speed but in farm. Winter's Curse is out onto Ame. And after all that time waiting and hoping that they'd come and go for Ame, well, finally they do when everybody on LGD has left. So, Aster.Aries, they claim the life of Ame once again, and he's dead for the 3rd time this game. But Doom picks up the blink, and now we'll go for the BKB. Do we have the clip of Mo saying he'd be surprised if he went blink before the BKB? Like, ready to go?
No, I meant Ags before. Wait, did I say that?
Production?
Oh, on Doom, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, true. Damn.
I was hoping it would happen. I'll let you find out for yourself.
I guess if the Pudge is dying, though, not getting his BKB for the same time, then...
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you kind of want to hit them together, right?
Mm-hmm. The way nothing to say is farming, he can get this blink dagger and still hit the BKB timing at about the same time Ame gets this BKB with how his game's gone.
He'll get blink BKB before the Pudge gets BKB.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Dire's structures are
smoking in. They saw Faith BM run through the jungle, but they're a little bit late with their smoke here. If they can get this mid kill and turn it into a tier 1, that would be huge for them.
Roll comes in, magnetized, Timber Chain with the Whirling Death. They'll get the kill, but nothing to say comes from behind. And they've got the Soul Bind, but that's post-Doom used already on the Lina. Winter's Curse, Icarus Dive over. Lina getting quite low. The question is, will Lina die? They'll take out nothing to say. They've got the Supernova, but that's right in the face of these heroes, and it's not going to go off. The Ink Swell's a little bit late. Innocence, he'll lose his life too once these heroes are no longer locked down. And it's a 4-0. And that Doom doesn't even get the Lina.
I've just realised, how have they managed to first phase of Timber and there's just 4 strength heroes on LGD that it's ripping through? That's,
LGD really, like, how difficult do we want to make this game for ourselves? And they turn the dial up to 11.
I mean, the worst thing about that fight, right, is though that the Brew dies first. If the Brew dies first, then you have no split, and it feels awful, right?
Yeah, I will say, it just feels like... It feels like everything that they used in that last fight was not in sync.
Yeah.
Like Inkswell was late after the Supernova, the Doom jumped in, and then you know, the Supernova came after that. It's I don't know. Did not feel like that was in unison at all. And now the Pudge goes to the blink after picking up the Ogre Axe. They've got the Inferno Blade, they'll hit the hook, they'll get the kill on a Yuna. So surprisingly, Ame switches off the BKB after saving a bunch of gold, looking like he was going to get close to it. And does that come down to Doom not having his BKB ready to go, and they're looking for the timings at the same time? They go for the Timber, the Cold Embrace is there, they hit the Silence, they've got the Primal Split, they'll look towards the backlines to control these heroes, and they'll kill off SS. Winter Wyvern in a lot of trouble, and Siamese Cat not likely to get out alive on this one.
It's like budget Puck and a Grim combo, the Phoenix Grim, where you put the Phantom's Embrace on them and they can't attack it because of the Fire Spirits. Feels good. Yeah, really good play though. I mean, that's the Blink reveal on the Pudge though, right? Like you were saying, looked like he was saving up for the BKB. All of a sudden, this Blink comes through, and it gets him a big kill for it, and it gets them a tier 1. So, obviously the right choice.
Yeah, that Blink gets him 2 kills there.
And it feels like that's the first time we've seen LGD to try and take advantage in the game for a while, though.
Not playing on the back foot, yeah.
Yeah. They're the ones making the first move rather than reacting.
Islina's going for a Lincoln's. When Boots of Travel BKB. Do you think this is the right build that Lina should be going for, or what we were kind of expecting based on not only what this game's showing, but the Linas we've seen prior?
I think sometimes you go Yules first, right, before you go BOTs or BKB, but I think BOTs, BKB into like damage items, or like we've seen Lincolns as well in China. It seems to be more of a thing in China than it is in the Europe games that I've been watching. But obviously against the Doom and the Pudge, it has a lot more value, which makes sense. And then, you know, they'll go for that like Crystallis or the MKB or whatever they want to click people down with.
Well, I'm a little surprised because there's no Yules, right? And the control here for Aster.Aries isn't exactly massive.
Oh no.
Dismember on the Lina. Sunray, Supernova, LSA, right clicks, and will pop the egg. Popping the BKB and able to survive, and now Ame's on the run, but they've got the Primal Split coming in from Faith Beyond. He's got this Ag, so he'll have a second charge in just a second. They land the hook onto the Timber, the bullet right down, trying to silence up Ame and save the life of the Timbersaw. The blink forward right into the Winter's Curse. That comes through from Siamese Cat. Ame getting low, Chakram right on top of him. Soulbind comes in with the BKB popped by the Bloodseeker. They've got the Doom coming out of two of these heroes. They'll take out Ame, Siamese Cat low, and now they're chasing nothing to say. They'll find the gun of the Doom. This is falling apart for LGD. Ink Swell pops right on top of Yuna, so they at least get themselves the Earth Spirit after the Winter Wyvern, but it's just the support so far. Cyclone onto Ulu. And back to form is Faith Beyond. That was both Primal Splits used in that fight. Got both their supports in the 3, but not really much to throw at the side of Aster.Aries from Faith Beyond at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the problem with, even if you doom the Bloodseeker, he's still just running around at, like, because he doesn't lose his movement speed, right? Until the Doom gets an axe where you get the break, the Bloodseeker just zooms around, and then you can't really chase him down during the Doom. It's the same with heroes like Slark and stuff. When you have Shadow Dance, and you go into the trees and things, if you're doomed up, you still get regen. And you still move really quickly.
Ooh, Faith Beyond taking a lot of damage here. They're going to also send Yuna in. He's silenced. LSA comes into the Grimstroke. They get the kill on Innocence. They'll hook over the Bloodseeker and throw the Rupture on Ame. So Ame's in a lot of trouble, if not already dead on his screen. Double kill for Ulu. Not the target he wanted to hook.
Don't worry, guys. I'm hooking the Bloodseeker. Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. I've got him.
Back in a Roche they go. Spirit in. Icarus Dive available. I'm interested to see if Jinkyu's gutsy enough to make the move. He won't, and instead he'll just die. And nothing to say, he's kind of hanging around, but he won't be found. This seemed like the typical LGD Pudge 1 games where things kind of fall apart around the 20-minute mark. Winter's Curse committed to get this kill on Innocence.
Oh, the Soulbinds.
Ooh.
He's alive.
Okay. Well done, Innocence.
Wow.
I'm impressed with that.
I mean, the Soulbind just means the Bloodseeker can't chase him.
Yeah.
The Timber can't keep up.
You may be fast, but you can't move. Which is fine with me.
Yeah, Timber can't even Timber Chain either because he's soulbound, so... Pretty good going.
So
right, come on, Punch, get that BKB.
Yeah, he went back for the blink, and now he wants the BKB again, but he still needs the gold, and it is a rough life for Ame. Because we thought he'd want to go Ags at one point. We thought the damage from that would be nice. He still doesn't even have that. He's working real hard to get this BKB. And he's 2k behind the Bloodseeker. Practically 3k.
Yeah, I love that there's a big Ancient stack on the Radiant, by the way. And then I looked and I was like, who's taking these? Who on the Radiant is taking an Ancient stack?
And you see Jinkyu, who's trying to throw like Icarus Dive and Spirits on it at one point.
They want to just get rid of it together then. Okay.
There's the LinkedIn's for the Lina.
I do think this shard on the Grim is going to be a big deal, though. Obviously, the Purge, like the Dispel, sorry, against the Timber spells is really strong. On the Pudge, you need to get your extra strength back, you know?
Doom used immediately on the Timber. Icarus dive across. Faith Beyond goes into the Primal Split, almost stepping into the Blood Right. They've got themselves the Cold Embrace as well as the Winter's Curse, which is on this Fire Panda. I won't really do much for them, and in saving that Timber Saw, who still falls, so SS goes down to Jinkyu. As much as I like Jinkyu on this Phoenix, he's just such a player that screams something a bit more aggressive, that's for sure.
Phoenix can be aggressive.
Yeah. Well, like, when I think of Jinkyu, and it's just from seeing him perform well with, like, Void Spirit, Tusk, and like, Techies, even. But I don't know. I want to see him on something explosive.
I think the thing is, Phoenix is such a good hero, though, as well, and I think it's one of the best heroes against Wyvern, in particular. You know, you obviously, if they get healed, and like you saw that fight, you can still just Sunray them down through the heal.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree. I want to see Jinkyu play something that really pops off. Rupture out on nothing to say. They've got the Supernova down, but again, it's in an awful spot. It's just an egg forward every single time, and they've got Phoenix ready to just clean it up. Faith Beyond, he's trying to get away from this aggression of Aster.Aries.
He has Axe, though, right?
Yeah, they're following the Earth Panda like he doesn't have Axe.
Oh, did he? Oh my goodness. He's alive. He's alive. Okay, sure. I would have bet a lot of money on the fact that he would have died there.
Well, he's alive.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Alive and good to go. Pudge going BKB. Finally has it. Has a plate mail queued up and then the Ags.
Yeah, you want that, like, extra little bit of armor. Don't need to upgrade it necessarily quite yet. And Doom's getting Shivas already, so... Casual plate mail. This is going to be a...
Smoke from LGD. Blink forward with the BKB. Hook. Winter's Curse, and behind them they've got the Magnetize as well as the Geomagnetic Grip. That gets the silence down to two of these heroes. They're going to get the kill on the Jinkyu, and he'll buy back immediately with the Doom out onto the Bloodseeker, but he's starting to move really fast. Sunray right on top of the Earth Spirit. They get the kill on a Yuna. Innocent, Stroke of Fate, slowing down the Timber, Blink, Infernal Blade, as well as the Sun coming out from the Doom. They're right on top of SS, but the damage on the Ame! Oh, the Chakram almost killed him! Icarus dive, Cold Embrace once again. Rupture comes out, nothing to say, trying to TP back home, but the Blood Right and the damage from Ulu! Oh, whoa! They get that kill on a Nothing to Say, and they'll take him out of the fight for 60 seconds. He does have buyback, and they'll follow that up with a kill on a Faith Beyond. 3 heroes dead on LGD, and Aster.Aries honing in on their first victory. See if they can close it out.
I mean, the Pudge desperately tries to go in, and unfortunately the Timber gets the Lotus off before he dismembers.
Oh, Hook, Supernova. Sure.
I'm assuming you didn't want to dismember because of the Lotus again or something, but it was really weird if you're going to commit Egg there and then not commit the Dismember at the same time.
BKB gonna be popped, go to the Dismember, Lotus Orb used. BKB's been popped by this Bloodseeker. They're gonna chase Ame. He'll try to survive. He's got an Essence Ring to work with. Hook once again comes up short of Ulu. $5K lead for Aster.Aries.
Yeah, it feels so good for Aster.Aries in the sense that they can just blow somebody up at the start of the fights, right?
Nothing
like
to
they
say.
have Rupture Kick, they've got Laguna.
He is in a lot of trouble. BKB and oh, Winter's Curse not gonna land, but they've got the Rupture. He's pretty dead.
He's fine. I need to get their lanes out on LGD now, though. Yeah, you see the Lina instantly trying to TP away to go and get mana. She needs to go and focus the other lanes out again. I love the SEA voice lines, by the way.
Yeah. I like that.
That's so good.
I'm a big fan of Infamous, their voice line.
Nah, that's my least favorite one, I think. Cloak of Flames for the Pudge, easy. He's got and the Cloak of Flames. Now you need to go Radiance. Get the full trifecta.
Kaya Sanj picked up for Timber. Kaya Sanj sounds like the name of a sword in like Bleach, which you're not going to get the reference. I already know you don't get the reference. It doesn't matter. I get like halfway through the reference and then I remember you don't know what I'm talking about 95% of the time. And then like because you don't know, chat like forgets that they do know. And then I don't even know. I forget it.
Aster.Aries definitely gonna try and focus around this Roche now. And you can see the Radiant scan and they see it hits in the pit, so they're a little bit worried. They have a ward. Oh, they can't get the Lina.
Ooh, Psychic Headband. Drop for the Bloodseeker. We'll see if anybody uses that. Rupture, Psychic Headband. That'd be fun.
That sounds very fun. Then you have to build Refresher. Everyone get a Force.
Earth Spirit just gets Refresher, Psychic Headband. Ooh, Ruptures. Boulder Smash. Kick them away with the Psychic Headband. Refresher.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's the perfect plan.
Here we go. It's the Roche fight.
Dire are scanning.
LGD wrapping all the way around. This will mean second Roche if they can get a good fight here, potentially.
They're just sitting in the pit.
Send Siamese Cat out of the pit.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
But now they've kind of got a inkling of a feeling of where LGD are. Cloak of Flames for both teams. And that'll be picked up by the Timber.
I mean, LGD are going to have to go and deal with their mid wave at some point. They can't just sit here, right? They need to cut waves or something as well around the mid lane.
And they're staying pretty stationary, waiting for Aster.Aries to give them an opening, but Aster.Aries, their positioning's right on point. They're not giving an opening for LGD to take advantage of. And there's the wave pushing in, and now Aster.Aries will see this, know that LGD are somewhere on the map where they're not taking care of it, and you also see them on the creep wave too. Roll in hits, and that's going to be through onto Innocence. Ooh, get the kill. He's got buyback. That's going to give him the numbers advantage. And right into Roche they go. They're not going to buy back on Grimstroke. It looks like they'll just concede this. Oh, never mind. All right, I'll eat those words. They taste good. Low calories. I don't think they're going to be in time. He buys back. They don't even really make a move. So Bloodseeker's got a shard. Earth Spirit's got a shard. I will say I'm surprised that shard didn't go to Timber.
I mean, the Bloodseeker one is really good, right? Up against his tanky strength, of course.
Yeah, he'll just buy his shard anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, Earth Spirit sitting under a ward.
Oh boy. There's the Dismember and Cinder Brew. He's trying to roll away. They'll get the kill on a Yuna. He's got buyback. They're coming over. They've got the Winter's Curse. That's going to lock down Ame as well as Faith Beyond. Faith Beyond silence up. Can he get himself a Primal Split?
God.
No. The damage is just too much. The Supernova feels wasted. Nothing to say goes to the BKB. He's trying to run away and find himself an escape. He'll blink, TP out. Oh, the roll. Not on the money.
That's some leaner gaming right there. The mini sniper sitting in the backlines. Clicking away. Yeah, there's the Daedalus.
Atheon really doesn't want to buy back. He's very close to this refresher.
What does Phoenix have coming out on the courier? Because, I mean, if it's a big item, it could be terrifying. Oh, sneaky point booster for the Pudge. How do they take this fight on LGD?
Radiant structures are fortified.
Like, you need to try and get to the Lina, right? But you need to go on the Wyvern at the same time.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
They're just gonna go fishing.
Yeah. Brew not forced to buy back. Now just 400 gold away from picking up that refresher orb. But he wasn't even able to get a Primal Split off anyway in that last fight.
No, never mind 2 splits. Didn't even get 1 off. You have to assume he'd go A on disconnects, right? But I think they see the Lina. Yeah, they do. Bail, bail.
Ooh, taking out the vision. Doing his thing.
This Shadowblade Lina seems to be a bigger thing in China as well, which I haven't really seen before. Although Shadowblade does seem to be a better item, or like a bigger item in China in general.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something I've seen a huge amount of. And it's cool to see all these different regions have their different influences and things. Like, you know, if you only watch one region ever, you only ever have like one general idea, because they tend to kind of like start to morph together, right, the regions.
Right.
Like each team in each region, I mean.
I actually found that a lot, like years ago when I would just watch Chinese Dota. And then I like would act shocked at something else happening in some other region, or like TI would happen. I'd be like, that's not the build.
Yeah. It's just a different build, you know?
Yeah.
If everybody in the world thought the same, it would be a very boring place.
They would think Midas AA is good. We all think the same. It is good. I just, you know, I need some time.
Scanning.
You need some time to perfect the build.
Yeah. Invis
smoke is
strats.
crazy.
Roll in. Spear Vessel, Boulder Smash, Soulbind out, but already Innocence is dead. He's not going to have himself buyback. He's dead for 70 seconds. They're going to try and blink in. They've got the Doom of the Winter's Curse comes through. Faith Beyond moving forward, trying to find a target. Shiva's Dismember. The damage with Sunray. All right, they got a kill on a unit. He doesn't have buyback either, and they still have the Doom out onto the Bloodseeker. They'll use that Rupture on Nothing to Say. He's trying to TP out, but the damage coming through is going to be too much for him to handle. He'll end up dead. They got the kill onto the Lina. They've taken a big damage deal on the side of Aster.Aries. They're starting to make this work with the Supernova as well as the Sunray. Right on top of SS. They'll take the Timber too. It'll fall down, not in the woods, but out in the open. They'll scream Timber as they try to finish off the rest of Aster.Aries, but they're going to buy back on Phoenix as well as SS. They've got Ulo, Cinder Brew, Primal Split once again on Faith Beyond. He's got another charge after this as he's popped that refresher. They've got the Lotus on Ulu, running, surviving, and the Aegis will expire, so he's got a regen. I think he's going to get back into this fight full health, full mana. And Faith Beyond needs to be very careful as he'll blink away. Blood Right won't land on him, but he just gets out of the skin of his teeth.
Is there a Brew split still?
And one more.
One more, okay.
Icarus dive.
Radiant's
No supernova for 70 seconds. Not really much that G2 can add to this, but they've got the hook. They'll look for the dismember. They have the damage. They've got the primal split coming in. And with the cold embrace, it's not going to be enough. They get the kill on the Timber. He's going to be dead for 104 seconds. They've soulbound Uwu to Phoenix. Phoenix will pop the BKB trying to run, and Faith Beyond will throw the stun. That's not going to land onto the Bloodseeker, who will pop the BKB and go for the TP. Ooh! He gets hooked.
dead?
And now he's in trouble. He might just be dead. He bought back. He's gone.
He didn't
90
buy back,
seconds. He didn't buy back. All right.
Okay, B-Cup, I know you're an LGD fan, but you gotta stop assuming
Sorry.
best case scenario for them, you know?
No, it wasn't my LGD bias. It was just Lena, I swear. It's Phoenix and Timber who bought back.
What a fight, though. I mean, that fight starts really well, though, because they managed to hook the Lena into the Radiant base, right? And she's just completely out of position. And that's the duality of Pudge, that you either hit the hooks or you don't. You know, and so far this game there's been a lot of missed ones. All of a sudden you win one fight because you hit a good hook. And that's just the way it is.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Go for the mid tier 2. Ooh. Trying to do math in my head right now. Figure out how short he is on this overwhelming blink.
Dire's
About
middle
700
tower
gold.
has fallen. Dire's structures
Almost
are
there.
fortified.
Yeah, after all of that, after the
They have-
2 buybacks
Dire's middle
from
tower is under attack.
the Timber and the Lena, they're still up 2k.
Oh, Spell Prism.
That's
I don't usually
really
give that to it,
nice.
actually. Maybe, yeah, I assume Brew takes it, but at the same time, you know, like it's good on Pudge, it's good on Doom. Okay,
Ooh,
Innocence.
Phoenix catching
That's-
Innocence. Flicker. That feels good too.
Relic for Dire side also feels very good, though. Good on the Tippersaw.
Telescope. Trickster's Cloak. Or Trickster Cloak. There's the overwhelming blink.
Nice, here we go.
Just to reiterate, if I've confused anybody, Uwu has buyback.
The twins.
Don't mind if I do.
It's important table knowledge.
Are both
Lincoln's
teams
for
just going to
nothing
be?
say.
Are both teams just going to be waiting around for the Roche now? It feels like
2 minutes.
that Lincoln's on Doom could be a big deal as well, because if they don't see that he has it, you know, all of a sudden you waste a Rupture, you waste a Winter's Curse in the fight potentially, because there's not a huge amount of single target spells that they have.
Now he's going hard on this Pudge. Leveler for the Brew.
Give that to the Pudge, your big carry, I think.
50
Yeah.
attack speed, 5 armor. He's giving it up.
It's like the worst leveler team you've ever seen, actually. Who
Really
takes
is.
it?
Flicker going to the Phoenix now. And Leveler going back to the Pudge? Okay.
Okay.
He sent it back only to think he wants it again.
Triple fire.
Back to a 5k
Relic on
lead
the-
for Aster.Aries.
Relic on the Earth Spirit as well. That's interesting.
Now,
I
if
would have thought
you're
they would have given it to the Timber.
Radiant are scanning.
if you're either side, are you hoping for that Ag's Blessing or that Refresher Shard?
Oh, it has to be the Ags. It's a lot more fun, Ray. I mean, Radiant definitely want the Refresher Shard.
Throw that on the
Because they
brew.
want to give it to the Doom.
Oh, man. I was hoping for
to the
more
brew
on
if
the
they
brew.
want. Yeah, more splits.
Yeah. Do the splits. Ame? Oh. BKB. Blink on cooldown for 3 more seconds. He's okay. He's about to be level 25, too.
Yeah, he's getting there. The punch level 25 is pretty good as well. Like, both of them can be okay at different points.
Doom's about to hit that level 25 as well. Does he take the cleave and then pick up the leveler?
No. Can you imagine? Imagine the scenes. That'd be incredible.
Ooh,
I would like to see the Doom
Innocence
pick up
going
the,
down.
I would like to see the Doom pick up the Shard, though. I will say, when it's in this late portion of the game, when everybody's level 25 plus, it has such like big value to it. With the extra stun duration on the Infernal Blade.
Lincoln's pop stun out on the Bloodseeker. Also, Faith Beyond, he's got himself this shard, so he's got that Void Panda. We'll see how important that is. They're going to go and get the Supernova off. They get the kill on Innocence, who just bought back. He's going to be dead for 74 seconds. They'll get the kill on Yuna. He's got buyback. Supernova goes off. They will get the Lina. Nothing to say. Moving in, trying to get the kill, and will finish off Phoenix. Dead for 2 minutes. Down goes SS, but nothing to say. Going to be traded away. So he's got 4 pandas 4 times with this refresher. And just popped on the Phoenix. They've got the Dismember out onto the Earth Spirit. Yuna getting quite low. Spirit Vessel on him. He'll burn out. Ame gets credit for the kill, and now they're going to move over onto Siamese Cat. Sunray on top, and Faith Beyond right there with this Winter Wyvern. And they'll take a double. 3 heroes without buyback on Aster.Aries.
I mean, what an initiation from the Doom, though, right? He gets into the backline and finds the Lina straight away with the Doom. And when these people are getting healed up by the Wyvern, the Pudgeags makes it so that the Wyvern here is like, it's nowhere near as effective, right? They can just get through them anyway. And this Brew is just being an absolute nutter and running into every fight because he knows he can do whatever he wants, right? They don't really kill the Brewlings very well. And even if he's ever under any threat, yeah, if he's ever under threat, he can just go back to one of them and pop another split again anyway. And this Pudge now does so much damage as well because of all the strength stacks he's built up. Like, with the overwhelming blink, such an incredible amount of damage on that hero.
Now they've got the Ag's Blessing. Could give that over to Nothing to Say.
Yeah, that's pretty good. If LGD win this game, right?
Do they do Pudge again?
Do they do Pudge again?
Ooh.
Do they have to keep doing it until they lose? Like, within a series?
They could.
So it takes the Dismember talent at level 25 on the Pudge. Dismember is now a ridiculous amount of damage. Very good.
They didn't really push through nearly as hard as I thought they would with 3 heroes that no buyback.
Yeah, it took them a while to get the Roche though as well, right? So they couldn't really push into the high ground afterwards as well. There's still a tier 1 bot lane that they need to take. Like 45 minutes into the game.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Satanic next for the Lina. Bloodseekers saved up 4,700 gold.
Almighty money.
Looking around, trying to think what these heroes on Aster.Aries really want to go for next. As Timber, he's also going to pick himself up a Lincoln's, but he's got the Hex queued up too. Ooh, Arcane Blink. Arcane Blink on that Doom, and he's going to be able to get the Doom off quick.
For the roll.
Be in, be out. Geomagnetic Grip and the Rupture. They've got the silence, but there's the Aeon Disc. So, you're dealing with 4 pandas. They look over Nothing to Say. Who's going to pop the BKB and throw the Doom out. The Icarus dive as well as the Supernova. It's in a really good spot this time. They've got the Sunray right on top of the Winter Wyvern. They get the kill on the side. He's got the take out. Nothing to Say. So, Nothing to Say doesn't have buyback. He's dead for 2 minutes, but Ulu is gone. He's got buyback in this fight. Now let's say down. Phoenix in some trouble. Ame on the Chakram, getting the Dismember out of the Timber Saw, and they will finish off SS. And it's 2 euros gone now on Aster.Aries with no buyback. They bought back on Uu. And nothing to say, he's still gone for 98.
Guys, can we get rid of Aeon Disc? Like,
Balanced item.
imagine just finding the
Oh,
blue
you
light
know?
and like, oh my god, this pickupp's amazing. Oh,
Oh.
oh my god, the flicker.
Oh.
The-
What a god.
oh no. Oh,
He's trying.
Radiant's
Meanwhile,
are under attack.
mid's being pressured,
Radiant's
but taking a lot of time away, and Jinkyu playing the dodge game.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
that's another thing that needs to get deleted as well.
Are under attack. Dire's middle barracks.
It was a lot funnier when it was any random direction.
I agree. We love chaos.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's just so great when I think I saw it in the DPC a couple times before it got changed, where it was just like, oh, I'm gonna use Flicker. Oh, I'm back in the enemy team. This is terrible.
Dear oh dear.
Mjolnir picked up for Uu. It's also got the Penta-Edge
Have
sword.
Wind Waker queued up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Invisibility.
Yeah.
Something wrong?
I mean, it's pretty good to be fair. You can save people in Curse as well, which is nice.
Ooh, now the Doom's got Shard, that Infernal
Yeah,
Blade
this is-
upgrade.
Like, this is no joke, this shard. In the late game, it's such a wild increase in like effectiveness.
I'm trying to recognize how much this Void Panda is doing, but it's hard to tell in these fights.
I have no idea.
Because I've not seen in a pro game the Void Panda, at least one I've covered myself, the Void Panda. And I've always thought to myself, it sounds really good.
I mean,
And
the
it-
best part is having the second split, right? I think the Void Panda's kind of like secondary to that.
Phoenix, Yuna, over, BKB,
Actually-
Primal Split. Phoenix showed himself.
It's just,
And, oh,
yeah.
did he just Doom twice to stop the TP of Phoenix? Yeah, he did.
Yes,
Popped
yes,
the
he did.
Lincolns, and then he
I mean, that's
Doomed
so
a
worth
second
it,
time.
man.
Yeah, he's dead for 100 seconds.
The Lina, I think she meant to stun from Invis and then attack, but she messed up the animation. She thought it wouldn't take as long. So she went to stun it, cancelled it, then attacked, broke the Invis and tried to stun afterwards. So it allowed the Doom to get BKB off.
Ame casually has 4,800 health.
Dire's top
Feels
tower
good.
is under attack.
Still holding that
Yeah,
leveler.
it was good, man. Yeah, he clicks hard now with his high strength though, right? So it's not too bad.
And he's starting to get the other side of the talent tree.
Wait until we get the extra strength at level 30. That's when it gets real. What's the
5,300
Phoenix,
health.
25? Is that the Sunray, isn't it? I think, the Phoenix. Pretty sure.
The other 25 that he's taking?
No, the one that he has taken. On
He's taking the
Phoenix.
+3 supernova hit count.
Bottom tower
Oh, right,
is
okay,
under
okay.
attack.
And the
I
other
would
one
have thought
is...
the Sunray...
yeah, I mean, it's good. It's plus 1.5% max health sunray damage.
Yeah. I mean, the egg hit count always feels good though to take. Feels good to take the right.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Primal Split. Heart picked
the
up
heart.
for the Pudge. Now 6,000 health.
That's not Wind Waker.
Just casually 6,000 health.
You know it's ridiculous when all the bars along the top of his hero are so small and close together.
What are each of them equal?
I can't remember what it is. I think... Is it like 200 or something? I might be wrong.
It's a lot. Although they win these fights, they haven't taken the high ground. They got one set of racks before, but they didn't do anything with that last kill on Phoenix. Doom and Refresher still on cooldown. Rupture used. Jinkyu. Oh. Uh-oh. Silence just hit him. He's fine. He's fine. Yeah. He's got Flicker. Soulbind, Doom, Silence through, and... Well, the Timber put himself into this spot. Now he's dead.
Oh no, the Pudge Leveler killing his own teammate.
Yeah, he's put in the Leveler. He's actually given up the Cloak of Flames.
Yeah. I mean, look at his right-click damage. He's 315 damage every hit. Like, Leveler, it's pretty good.
And he's hitting every half second with his attack speed.
Yeah.
Some good DPS output.
No longer just magic damage, Beacon. Honestly, what we need to wait for is the Giants ring. That's the only thing. LGD, like, they're like, yeah, we could win the game.
But we want tier 5 items.
Push high ground, but we want the Giants ring Pudge.
Do they though? Now they're going on to the high ground. They're they don't, yeah.
They have to defend this, right?
I guess not.
They're just pushing out top lane instead on the Earth Spirit and stuff. They look at this 6k HP Pudge and they're like, we are not fighting this.
They're backing terrifying. Up. They're close to being mega'd on LGD.
They are close to being mega'd, that's true. Yeah, it's easy to forget how far behind they were at one point in terms of like structures and things, right?
Yeah.
I respect that play. You never know who's hiding in trees.
And he's now broken that 6,000 health threshold.
Sneaky Lena's hiding in the side of the map. You never know.
Next Roshan, 44 seconds. Nothing to say. Moving forward. Shiva's immediately the Doom with the Arcane Blink. They've got the BKB pop by Phoenix, but he'll get himself a little bit further away with the Hurricane Pike. They've got the Sunray right on top of this Earth Spirit. Now looking the other direction at this Winter Wyvern going down. Siamese Cat ends up dead. Yuna follows suit. Icarus dive all the way through. Jinkyu trying to make his presence felt. Hook comes in and hits onto the Timber, and they will control kill him. Buyback from Siamese Cat. They've got buyback available on the Timber. They're going to use it immediately. Tier 4 is starting to get hit. Phoenix lands the stun, but he's barely breaking the surface of the health pool that Pudge has. They throw out the flamethrower, and Uwu trying to stand his ground, but he's in between the tier 4s. That's not really a great spot for him to be. The Lincolns gets popped. They've got the Winter's Curse with BKB pop by Uwu. Now he's trying to put down the right-click damage. LSA, and nothing to say.
Oh my goodness.
He's gone. Brewmaster has 2 more splits. He'll use one of the 2. They've got the hook back. Now onto the Timber. Ame a little bit low, but he'll heal up. They've got the Cold Embrace. They'll keep alive the Timber Stomp, but the Dismember will be enough damage to get the kill onto SS. They'll buy back on Jinkyu. Jinkyu as well as nothing to say. Use the buybacks, but they get the kill on Uwu, who's also got buyback. Lincoln's popped on the Winter Wyvern. Siamese Cat trying to run stunned up in the Scorched Earth. While that's happening, Phoenix goes down, and he's got buyback. Primal Split one more time. Uwu gets the kill on Innocence. Triple kill for the Bloodseeker, but the Dismember holding him still, and they'll find another kill onto Uwu. 4 heroes gone. Phoenix outputting damage, takes out the Doom. 2 minutes gone. Phoenix, though, running, trying to stun, lands it onto the Pudge. They still have these pandas, though. Call GG on Aster.Aries, and LGD will win their first game with that one position Pudge.
Never in doubt, Peacock. What a hero.
What was it, 30k down?
What a time to be alive. And they took like that one really good fight in the bot lane where they hooked the Lina into the base. I mean, honestly, you know, we're all Pudge 1 connoisseurs, really. It was always inside of us all. So, yeah, nice to see them win a game with it. Question is, yeah, do they do it again? Because they won game 1. What a great game, though. That was fun. I mean,